Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
She went on a week-long work trip barely talking to me, then I discovered, update. I had a chance to really reflect on some hard truths last night. This morning, we just had the first long discussion where we were able to maintain composure, mostly, not break down in tears, and discuss some important topics. I told her that the betrayal was a double punch, with the first being the initial interaction and the second being the choice to continue the tryst for the next 2 days. This second punch was a conscious and deliberate choice that is the most painful. She said, it is the thing that she is battling internally the most as well. I told her that I understand she is remorseful and hates herself, but that I am a very sexual person and we had a very sexual marriage. I simply don't see any way to move past this element, even if we can move past every other aspect. How do I ever engage in physical intimacy again with her with the mind movies that are playing in my head? Advice from the BHs out there on this question in particular would be appreciated. She said she wants and is willing to do whatever it takes to be the best wife going forward. She is going to start looking for an IC to figure out what caused her to do this and wants us to start MC too. She said she will never see the AP nor interact with him again since this was a one-off project they just happened to get staffed on, but is willing to open up all communication lines to me, phone, email, etc., including her work email. She also said she is willing to quit her job, although it is a good job and I'm not sure that is the best path forward. She is also willing to never travel again for work. This was her first work trip in a long time, so this should not be a problem. There are some other things we discussed, which I won't get into now, but a few things I want added advice on. 1. She acknowledged how especially hard it has been for me not being able to talk to anyone. She wants us to tell our close friend group so I can have folks to lean on. However, I am struggling with this. My male friends will not be able to look past this, especially if the full nature is shared. If we do end up divorcing, it will be a source of embarrassment to me, and to be honest, I'd rather just move on fresh without my friends knowing the details. If we end up working things out, they'll never be able to look past it and our group friendship will be tainted, since the husbands will simply not want to hang out with her, and by default me. Has anyone gone through this before? Did it impact friendships? 2. I do know many details of what took place, such as the number of times they had sex, 5, and that they did not use protection. However, the specific details beyond this are unknown to me, and I have been torn for some time on this. I know there are mixed views from experts and formerly betrayed on how much detail a betrayed person should gather, and I am really struggling. I simply don't think I can reconcile if there are missing puzzle pieces that she has that I don't, and it will always eat away at me. At the same time, I'm sure that knowing the details will be hard to hear. I saw one BH posted that he had his WW write the full timeline down, but that he still to this day has not opened the letter. I asked her and she agreed to do this for me, but I'm just struggling with how to proceed. 3. I told her that the likely path forward here is going to be divorce, and that she can continue to try and repair the damage if she so chooses, but that if may likely be living apart and divorced, and then if we end up back together by some miracle, then so be it. This caused her to break down again. We both make good money, so it is not a financial incentive on her part, as FYI. She then pleaded again that she will do whatever it takes for however long it takes to show me and be the wife I deserve. She is willing to move out and give me space, but is pleading for no divorce and that we maintain communication so she can show her remorse and prove to me that she is committed to me and only me and will spend her life dedicated to that pursuit. 4. At one point, I got angry and snapped to her that I've not had sex in over 3 months, which is the longest in my life. That I was a sexual person and really loved our intimate time, and she knew that, and because of something that is no fault of mine, I'm forced to have to go without sex. She said that she misses that time too and will be here for me whenever I'm ready, but goddamn, that is not the point. This is not something I did to cause this crap, and the thought of being intimate with her is not something I can entertain, but I'm still pissed I am no longer able to enjoy the physical aspect of sex. She then said I could have sex with someone outside the marriage if I need to, and while she would not like it, she is willing to do whatever it takes to help me heal. This pissed me off even more. I mean, yes, I miss sex, but I never wanted anyone else but her, and I don't want to stoop to that level. I also don't want to be a healthy, physically fit, and good-looking guy in his early 40s missing out on something that was always so important to me. Has anyone had a revenge tryst, and what are the ramifications long term? It has actually felt like something of a weight being lifted the last 24 hours having been able to share my story. Update: I had a nice day yesterday with my kids, without WW. Took them out to lunch and then went to the beach to play in the sand. Was actually able to be in the moment with my kids and not think too much about my wife. Got home and she was making dinner. She's a great cook and was making one of the dishes I like a lot that requires a lot of work and only gets brought out occasionally. Dinner was fine and the kids told her about their day. She kept saying to them what a great dad they have and how lucky they and she are to have me. Felt kind of annoying to hear, but she seemed genuine. Anyway, later after we had put the kids to bed, I am getting ready for bed myself and she comes into our room, which is now my room since she is sleeping in the guest room, holding a letter. She hands it to me and tells me she has finished the detailed timeline like I had asked. She said that writing it was the most difficult thing she has ever had to do and gave her full clarity on the devastation she has caused to me and our family. She is starting to tear up but is not crying hard like she has been prone to doing, which was new. She told me that it contains everything I asked her to include but that she hopes that I don't read it since she fears it will be a permanent blocker to reconciliation, which she so desperately wants the chance at. She reiterated that all she wants is to spend her life proving to me that I am all that matters to her and doing whatever it takes to try and right her wrongs. She said she had spent time researching ICs and this was going to be a focus for her over the coming days. She also said that the night before, she had started reading Helping Your Spouse Heal From You Affair after I shared this with her. I took the letter, noticing that it was sealed tightly. I then asked her a question that came a bit out of the blue to her. I asked her if she had taken an STD test and why she told me when she returned from the trip that she had a yeast infection. She is now tearing up more and tells me that she did have an STD test shortly after Christmas when she was with her family and that it was negative. I asked her again about the yeast infection and she admitted that it was a lie. She said she felt dirty after what she had done and was fearful of a potential STD and came up with this lie as she got scared. By this point, I start tearing up a bit even though what she is saying is not really a surprise, but I asked to leave the room. I did not open the letter and am not sure what to do about it. I lay in bed drifting in and out of sleep all night and came close to opening it a couple of times but refrained. I guess I know that once it is opened, there is no going back but that there is no rush. I will always have the option to open it in the future if I choose to. Anyway, not looking for any specific advice, but wanted to share an update. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Sounds like positive steps. I would require proof of STD tests and if she can't get them to take them again. I would ask your wife for another copy of the sealed letter to send to AP's wife. You don't have to read it but it's the proof she needs to know. I'm so sorry. You need to talk to friends or family about this. You need some support. I read in your previous post that you are afraid of embarrassment. Firstly, I get your feeling, but it's uncalled for. You did nothing wrong or nothing for what you could be ashamed of. She did this out of selfishness. You need to open up and to show your emotions, and for that you need friends you can talk to. Don't use your wife for your tears. If you want to show weakness and tears, then do it with good friends but never with your so. Once again, you need support. Being alone with just your own thoughts can turn toxic. Don't be afraid to turn to your friends, that's what good friends are for. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.